Nowadays, people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. Society often forgives the criminal. It never forgives the dreamer. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. How can a woman be expected to be happy with a man who insists on treating her as if she were a perfectly normal human being? No good deed goes unpunished. Experience is merely the name men gave to their mistakes. I am not young enough to know everything. Never love anyone who treats you like you're ordinary. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. A good friend will always stab you in the front. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Whenever people agree with me, I always feel I must be wrong. Fashion is a form of ugliness so intolerable that we have to alter it every 6 months. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. Anybody can sympathize with the sufferings of a friend, but it requires a very fine nature to sympathize with a friend's success. We are each our own devil, and we make this world our hell. When one is in love, one always begins by deceiving oneself, and one always ends by deceiving others. That is what the world calls a romance. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. Children begin by loving their parents. As they grow older, they judge them tastes. I am always satisfied with the best. Crying is for plain women. Pretty women go shopping. Quotation is a serviceable substitute for wit. Behind every exquisite thing that existed, there was something tragic. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. Hearts are made to be broken. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. If one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. The books that the world calls immoral are books that show the world its own shame. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Yes, I am a dreamer, for a dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions, their lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. You will always be fond of me. I represent to you all the sins you never had the courage to commit. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. You don't love someone for their looks, or their clothes, or for their fancy car, but because they sing a song only you can hear. The very essence of romance is uncertainty. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. To define is to limit. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, to enjoy them, and to dominate them. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does, and that is his. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. After a good dinner, one can forgive anybody, even one's own relations. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people we personally dislike. Life is far too important a thing ever to talk seriously about. I like men who have a future and women who have a past. The world is a stage and the play is badly cast. To lose both looks like carelessness. We live in an age when unnecessary things are our only necessities. Some things are more precious because they don't last long. Art is the only serious thing in the world, and the artist is the only person who is never serious. I choose my friends for their good looks, my acquaintances for their good characters, and my enemies for their good intellects. Every woman is a rebel. To get back my youth, I would do anything in the world, except take exercise, get up early, or be respectable. A bore is someone who deprives you of solitude without providing you with company. Nowadays, most people die of a sort of creeping common sense and discover when it is too late that the only things one never regrets are one's mistakes. There are only two kinds of people who are really fascinating. People who know absolutely everything, and people who know absolutely nothing. Everything in moderation, including moderation. If you are not long, I will wait for you all my life. The world is changed because you are made of ivory and gold. The curves of your lips rewrite history, There are moments when one has to choose between living one's own life, fully, entirely, completely, or dragging out some false, shallow, degrading existence that the world in its hypocrisy demands. The public have an insatiable curiosity to know everything, except what is worth knowing. I may not agree with you, but I will defend to the death your right to make an ass of yourself.